Almost a year has gone by since Dauntless has entered open beta, and as that milestone draws near, so does the much anticipated launch of Dauntless on the home console. More specifically, the PS4 and Xbox, with Switch and mobile following suit at a later date. What's going on, everybody? It's Rev, and welcome to a very special Dauntless video. The console release of Dauntless is not the only thing that is upon us. It is also bringing a brand new season to our home in Ramsgate. Beautiful blossoms and deadly secrets are prevalent in Season 5, Hidden Blades. During this major patch, you can expect to see crossplay for the PC, Xbox, and PS4, a new Axe Special, new repeater chamber, new Terra element, new animations, new quality of life features, extra hunt pass functionality, expanded cash shop items, supporter creator, and a whole lot of style. And before I begin, I would like to say thank you Phoenix Labs for sponsoring this video. It has been a pleasure supporting this game, and it is an honor to be called a partner. If you would like to get more information about Dauntless or download the game, you can hit up playdauntless.com. So to everybody already playing Dauntless, are you ready to throw your axe into a behemoth and catch it on the rebound? Or perhaps you're ready to laugh at your friends as they miss and send their weapon into Narnia? Whichever it is, Grim Onslaught is fun and satisfying. I can see a lot of stylish plays being made with it, and I'm excited to see what my axe mains are going to be doing with it. And before you ask, yes, it can boop without weighted strikes. And I want to let this fight just play out a bit, because Pangar specifically wasn't the best matchup for the axe in the past. Giving the axe a long distant range option really allows it to make plays for the team and help itself when it needs it. At a very high risk of being disarmed, of course. This really plays well with the axe. I've always imagined the axe as a showstopper, with big meaty hits, dramatic animations, ramping damage, the whole 9 yards. This really plays into that axe-wielding rock star fantasy. So again, Grim Onslaught is really fun. Try it out because I know I'm going to be rocking this special a lot in this patch. But if the axe ain't your style, perhaps a new point-blank piercing shot is. After equipping the full bore chamber, your shot will augment to deal more damage the closer you are to the behemoth, and it also has a cutting property. When empowered, the shot will deal more damage and kick the Slayer back to safety. This is a great opening shot before unleashing hell on your enemies, but I also found it was really effective as an executing shot as well if you're using the Lucky Magazine mod. It can hit for some really nice numbers, so give this one a shot as well. On the topic of combat, the new Terra element will be in full effect this patch. A few of the behemoths like Skarn and Koshai have been moved over to this element to fill out the roster. The logic behind this change is to make elements less confusing and have a more natural cycle to elemental affinities. There will also be more informative descriptions of the strengths and weaknesses of behemoths within the airship, so keep an eye out for those. There is one downside to this, however, and it's that Terra currently doesn't have an elemental proc. Next, I want to get into the hunt pass and cover the changes extensively. For starters, your hunt pass progress is accessible in the escape menu, where you would find the journal and loadout options. This allows you to check up on your hunt pass wherever you are, and is a nice quality of life change. I'm still unsure if you can claim your rewards without visiting Gregario though. Next, the standard collectibles, weekly challenges, and break part XP are still around. Collect death marks around Ramsgate, complete weekly assignments, and pick up shuriken drops to bump up that hunt pass. No new surprises here. However, there are some additional features on the Elite Pass this season, and I want to talk about them relatively in depth and give my opinion on them. There is now a roll forward feature for completing the pass. If you complete a season, you get a few levels for free on the next season. Just a little extra loyalty bonus, and I'll take that. Secondly, you can now buy an accelerated hunt pass, which gives you the first 15 levels at a discount. The hunt pass levels have always been purchasable, so there's nothing new there. But this just makes it cheaper for the people that were already interested in throwing down extra to get their pass completed. Third, in these videos showcasing Season 5, you're going to notice a little gold banner at the bottom of the page. I saw this and thought immediately, they just added all the retention, and now we can just boost through it. What the hell are they doing? After speaking with Phoenix Labs further about this, I found out that this XP bonus affects exclusively things that need experience, which would be the very last mark on each behemoth card, as well as the weapons. Take this as you will, but I think a better way to word this bonus would be Prestige XP. And lastly, you can preview all the emotes, flares, armors, and dyes on the Hunt Pass screen simply by clicking on them. In the same vein, you can also preview all the new items in the cash shop before you buy them, which, by the way, is where I got this dope Arcslayer set. The cash shop is looking filled to the brim these days with all new arrivals, emotes, skins, and costumes. But there is one thing that I know people are going to blow out of proportion just because it's a boost. And that's this cash booster. To me, this boost isn't a big deal. I kind of roll my eyes when I see it, but it just doubles your reward from a daily cash. So for your daily cash, you get a 2-for-1 special for a month. Getting rewarded for 2 hunts for the price of 1 is fine to me. It doesn't offer anything that I can't get normally. To me, it just boils down to, it's an extra hunt. That's 5 to 10 minutes, nothing crazy. However, I noticed a trend where other partners were like, bro, I don't know about this boost. And when we broke it down, they're like, oh, that's not so bad. So I just want to get it all out there. Lastly, if you're going to get into the elite track or pick something up on the cash shop, you're able to support your favorite content creators via their support a creator code at checkout. To round everything off, I want to rapidly list off a few odds and ends that I feel are important, and so I'm just going to get right into them. The camera has changed pretty drastically, but we now have camera panning sliders in the options to compensate for this. I had to adjust these to max to get the same feeling I did before, but once I did, moving and fighting felt really good. Movement also feels faster. This couples well with the axe changes as well as the repeater changes. Axe is faster and more mobile than ever, and it feels like it can keep pace with some of the more faster weapons. This also goes for the repeaters. Since you can rock swift with no worries, it feels like I'm flying on repeaters. Really nice for getting those empowered reloads. You no longer roll when falling, and you also don't lose your momentum when turning around. The item animations are quick, stylish, and dramatic, really loving those. All the weapons, including repeaters, will have a mastery cards added for dealing Terra damage. Repeater players will have to craft a Sylvan Barrel as well for that one. And as a friendly reminder, creating a guild is now free, so you and your friends can start one up with no commitment. From my perspective, Dauntless is in a really interesting position. A lot of the content from Alpha has been spruced up time and time again to make a very cohesive experience that the newer players are going to be experiencing very soon. And while the roster of behemoths has expanded by a large margin, and new combat features have been added, this is still all the content that I remember for the most part. And so the interesting thing is, there's nowhere to really go but up. Of course we reinforce the foundation, the current experience, but it's coming to a point where it's really, really solid. And so I suspect that we're on the precipice of really seeing what Phoenix Labs is made of. And I hope they just let the creativity rip, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much potential here when it comes to Dauntless and where it can go. New game modes, more punishing content that requires more coordination that you would expect in an MMO. Interesting weapons. The resurrection of exotic items and more interesting gear. The list goes on. And I think a lot of the current players that are experiencing Dauntless feel the exact same way that I do, and they're just left fiending for more. And I think we're going to get that quote-unquote more very soon. So if you have yet to experience Dauntless, or you're on the fence about it, as someone who has been playing for a year and a half, Dauntless is a very low risk to the player. It's free, highly skill-based, and has tons of room to grow. If you want to give it a shot, make sure you hit up playdauntless.com to learn more. Thank you all very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be super appreciated, and if you would like to see more Dauntless content like this, consider checking out my channel. I'm starting up a very extensive beginner guide that is one of my more ambitious projects on YouTube, as well as builds, tutorials, and even a Dauntless themed podcast. If you would like to hunt sometime or ask a question live, You can hit me with a follow on Twitch to know when I go live. And if you would like to support me and my content, you can use supporter creator code RevvyRad at checkout. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the Shattered Isles.